Hey everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be setting up my paycheck budget and I'm going to be walking you guys through how I break every dollar down. So if you guys are interested to see how I set this up using my new worksheet, then keep on watching. So the first thing that you want to do is figure out what your available balance is. And I'm going to go ahead and just shift this over because I'm going to do something a little bit different and actually show you a screenshot right here of what app I use, and it's my checkbook register app. So you're going to follow step by step me plugging in my numbers, expenses, and everything right on here so you can see how I utilize that feature. So as I'm filling out my budget here, you will see it also on my screen here on my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and put in today's date. So as I'm filming this, it is currently Friday the 7th. So I'll go ahead and put the pay date. It was yesterday. And as you see here on my available balance, the beginning was $97.74. This was what was left over of what we didn't use for our gas. And the paycheck amount is $1,088.65. So to add this up, to get my total is $97.74 plus the $1,088.65. So for my worksheet, I'm going to put $1186.39 as my total income for this particular paycheck budget. Now the next thing that I like to do is before plugging in the rest of my expenses, so I'm going to hit pause on this screenshot here so that way you guys can see what I do on the back end of things. And that is to find out what is 80% of my budget. What is that to break down into my expenses? So I get that number from the paycheck amount. So it's the $1,088.65. Well, excuse me, I'm going to separate my tithe first. So from the $1,088.65, I take 10%. So I put times 0.1, and that gives me a total of 108.865. I just round up, so I find out what 10% is. And that currently is 109 using the paycheck amount, okay? So I tithe from my income, which is what I received here for the paycheck. Now, let me correct a statement that I just made before. 80% is from this number right here, this total income. The available balance plus this, I take 80% of that, and that's what I use to break down for expenses, break down for my variable, which is my cash envelopes, sinking funds, things like that. So we're going to find out what that number is before I get into plugging in the numbers over here on my phone. So 1186.39 times 0.8. And that gives me a total of 949.11. And now the remaining balance, I'm just going to find out what is the difference, right? So taking the 1186.39, which is what this total income, I'm subtracting the tithe, which is 10% of the paycheck, subtracting the 109, and then I'm also subtracting this 80%, and this is what I use for any of my spending, variable expenses, cash envelopes, whatever. That goes on here, and that is 949.11. So that leaves me with the remaining. So I'm just going to label it this, even though I know it's not exactly 10%, but the remaining is 128.28. Now for this 10%, the goal is to use this and apply it to two different things, okay? One of them is going to be for savings, and the other will be for my debt because I want to do both. So that's kind of the formula that I go with. Now let's go ahead and resume me plugging in the numbers on my phone so you can see how that looks like. So we've already figured out what the tithe is, and that was 109. And that's the total giving. I'm not currently giving anything extra for offering because, as I mentioned, if you see my past videos, I have a specific amount that I give monthly for a ministry. So that's what that's used for. So 109 is what I'm left over. Now let's tackle our expenses. And I use this bill tracker here. As I go down the line, I'm plugging in my numbers here on my phone. So you're gonna see that right now. So I'm gonna deduct my mortgage, which is $368.33. My HOA, it's $12.75. And what's nice is that because I've done this all the time, it saves the last expense that I put in for that particular category. So it's nice, I don't have to keep typing it in. It just goes ahead and tallies it up for me. And I just go down the line and I put it in my checkbook register. So as I'm doing that on my phone, I'll go ahead and I'll fill that in here on the worksheet. Okay, so I got my bill tracker all completed, so I'm going to set that aside. Now it's time for working on my variable expenses, which in this case is SunPass and our gas. So SunPass, I got a bill in the mail for a toll, which is $14.30. I know here I had put in $14.33, but I did correct that. So I'm going to put it's $14.30 for the SunPass. And then the amount that we're going to be putting aside for gas, which is what I am going to leave as my available balance on my account. So I'm not going to touch that. I'm making sure that there's going to be $135 remaining in our bank account for gas. If that makes sense, let me know if you're following me. So now it's time to go ahead and just add up all of these expenses listed here so that I can later on figure out what I can apply for my cash envelopes. $726.82 is what I'm coming up with. I'm going to write this in my total expenses. And now some of you may be asking, well, this worksheet looks a little bit different. It is. I'm testing it out to see if I like this layout a lot better before I put it up on my shop. So I know I might get some questions about, Lizzie, I'm not seeing this available on your shop. It looks different. That is why I'm just figuring things out and making some tweaks of how I may like it for my future budgeting videos and hopefully to help you guys out too. So now we're going to find out what is the remaining amount. So we're going to take our total income, $1186.39, and subtract the tithe, 109. And then we're going to subtract the $726.82. So our remaining amount is $350.57. Okay? And now, using this little Post-it note, we have a goal, right? To live off of 80% of what our income is. 80% is $949.11. So we're going to take $949.11 and we're going to subtract what we put towards expenses so far. $726.82 is what we said. So that gives us a total of $222.29 that we can have like a room to separate into different cash envelopes. So if that makes sense so far, let me know in the comment section. So $222 is what we know that we have remaining. And you can see here, after paying all of the expenses and such, I have a certain amount remaining in my account, okay? So now the first cash envelope is, of course, groceries, because I withdraw the cash for that. And we budget $75 weekly for groceries. Anniversary is another one that I want to put money towards, and we're going to put $15. Car maintenance is a big priority for us right now because we have 2 older vehicles and we want to make sure that we have enough money in our car maintenance envelope. And we are saving for Christmas. We have a set amount that we save for that, so $27. Eating out, we're going to put 10 in there. Gifts, 10 for that. Medical is getting 25 because we have upcoming doctor's appointments and I want to make sure that we have enough for co-pays and different things. spending is only getting $9. And then our last one is vacation, which is getting 20. So let's see how much this adds up to. Remember, we have $222 that is a cushion for us to be able to set aside for cash envelopes. So we have 75 plus 15, 30, 27, 20, 25, 9, and 20. Okay, so 221 is the total cash that we have, which is pretty good. So we are within that 80% rule. So now we're gonna find out what denominations we're needing. I do withdraw for our tithe. So that is getting 109, 1, 2, 3, 4. Groceries, 75. Anniversary, 15. Car maintenance gets 30. Christmas gets 25, 6, 7. Eating out, gifts, medical, 25. Spending gets 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then vacation gets 20. So 100, 150, 4 20s. I think it should be 4 10s. 1, 2, 3. Nope, 3 10s. 3 10s, 6 5s, and 10 1s. So let me see if that adds up correctly. So one $100 bill, a 50. I think it should be 5 20s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is 5. So 5 20s, 3 10s. So that's 25, 30, and 1s. And then 10. I'm getting a different amount. Dear Lord, I know I withdrew 330. Okay, it is 4 10s. I knew I got 4 10s. Craziness, craziness. Okay, so now we're gonna take the 350, 57. We're gonna subtract that 221. So that leaves us with a remaining balance of 129.57. Okay, so for this, I would love to just split that up in between the two. All right, so 129.57 is what we have left over. Now I do want to have like a tiny bit of cushion in my bank account. So even if it's a few dollars that's left over, I'm okay with that. Because I know sometimes things happen, gas goes over just a bit, so I'm fine with having just a little bit extra. So based on what we had discussed, my husband and I, we are gonna set aside $62 for emergency, and then we're gonna apply towards our credit card $62.57. So 129.57 subtracting 62. And then subtracting 62.57. I don't know why that leaves us with a remaining balance of $5, but I've already like plugged in all of these numbers, so we have a $5 remaining balance. So I may just have that and put 140 for gas and let that be that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just stuff my cash envelopes. All right, so based on this, it says we needed one $100 bill, 150, 5 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then lastly, the ones. There should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have all of the cash that we needed for our envelopes, and let's get to stuffing. First one is the giving. It's getting 109. So I have my 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Groceries is in my wallet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just work on what is currently in this wallet here. And I do have this finally set up for being in alphabetical order. So First item is the groceries, which is this one. And I think I have $12. I have $12 left over from this past grocery shopping week. So we're putting $75 in here. So 75. Currently have 87 in there. I have anniversary and another pouch. Car maintenance, Christmas is all over there. Eating out is getting 10. So I do have that here. So I'm gonna put that in here. So 27. Gifts is also in another envelope. Medical is in here, and that is getting $25. So it should be 48 in this envelope. 20, 40, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Spending gets $9. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I have a bunch of ones in my spending envelope, so let's see. 25, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I think that is everything for my wallet. Now let's go ahead and get the other envelopes. So this is the Christmas envelope, is getting $27. Okay, so I currently have 118 plus 27. I have 145 in here. I'm just gonna put this in here. Set that aside. Anniversary is getting 15. $68 plus 15, it should be 83 in this cash envelope. $20, $40, $50, $60, $70, $75, $80, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, car maintenance is getting 30. $135 is what we have. I'm gonna put that in here. Gifts is getting 10. So I have 40 currently in my gifts. Sorry, I'm like not talking too much, but we have to head on out and I have to get this finished. And then my last envelope is this vacation envelope, which is getting $20. So we have $85 in here. All right, so that completes my whole budget setup on how I plug in the numbers on my phone and also utilizing this paycheck worksheet and the 80-20 rule. So it's been super helpful for me. I hope it also, if you have applied this method, sorry, I'm like tripping over my tongue, but if you have applied this method, let me know if you've tried it and how it has changed the way that you do your budget. If it's been helpful, I'd love to hear from you guys. And that is everything for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in a brand new video. Bye guys.